Monday, May 9th. I'm Melissa.
And I'm Natalie.
And this is BearCast. People, it's the beginning of the end, and we've only got a few more weeks left of school.
Are you ready?
I'm ready. I think we should start the announcements with some Summit Speaks.
Check it out.
Come in.
Good afternoon. I'm Aiden Steins.
And I'm Canyon Jonas. We are gonna ask people what they eat and see if they like it. Hey Caleb, what are you eating today?
I'm eating a 20-piece McChicken.
Sounds delicious. Do you mind if I have a bite? He's valid.
Hey man, what are you eating? A McChicken.
Sounds scrumdiddlyumptious. Do you mind if I get a bite?
Go for it.
Delicious.
Hey Andre, what are you eating?
Chicken.
Sounds so good. Do you mind if I get a bite?
Andre, you don't let him get a bite. You don't let him.
It's good. It's good.
You don't.
Wait, hold on.
What are you guys eating today?
I'm just drinking Dr. Pepper.
Delicious. Do you mind if I have a taste?
Go ahead.
It's good. It's good.
Thank you for joining us on this episode of What Do You Eat? Have a wonderful day.
A Night at Broadway is May 19th. Come support our students as they perform.
And now we're going behind the scenes of one of our beloved segments this year.
Unfortunately, looks can be deceiving.
I'm Cam.
I'm Cam.
And I'm Lily.
And I'm Lily.
So I basically started sports terms in Pyle's class. I needed something to do. I just needed a grade, and Lily, she happened to be there, and I just needed an athlete, and we needed to film something about volleyball. So I was like, okay, this is fun. This is gonna be crazy.
On a bend your knees, get low, lower than you think you need to.
So we did it. Massive success, right? Hit nations worldwide. People would come up to me asking, yo Cam, how's sports terms with you and Lily? And I'd be like, it's always good. But in actuality, it wasn't always good.
I was saying that we should film outside. We need to film outside. Dude, we need to film outside.
It's so cold.
Dude, we haven't done anything. Bro,
There's a
you are so
million places
stupid.
that
Oh
we
my
can
god,
film
dude,
it.
you are so stupid.
Bro.
She was mean.
Come back. Why? You were off by like a whole hour.
Bro, it was an accident.
We've been doing this for like all year, and
Bro.
you can't get your timing right?
Dude, calm down.
Can you please get it together?
Dude,
we have a
it was
show to do.
She didn't give me creative freedom.
Actually get anything done. Cam, stop whispering to the camera.
And yeah, I just felt like it was a really unsafe environment. And it was hard to keep filming.
Sports Terms was easy. It was easy to film. Everybody loved it. People always came up to me and they were like, that Sports Terms was so funny. Remember when you ripped your pants? And I'd be like, yes. But Cam is the stupidest person I've ever met.
It's locked.
You're supposed to grab the key.
Dude, I thought you were getting the key.
I never get the key.
What do you mean you never get the key?
That's
bro?
why I
You get it every
told you.
time.
That's why I told you. Cam, get the key.
Dude, I thought you asked Wanda to get the key.
Okay, well, I'm not walking back downstairs to get it.
I'm not getting it. Because you said you would get the key.
You said you'd get it.
Bro, there's a blazer in there.
And his ideas are stupid, quite frankly. For the first part of the script, it's like, that. What? How did you write all that in like 10 seconds?
Okay, so here's product, okay?
I pioneered sports terms. It may have been Cam's initial idea, but this franchise would be nothing without me.
I had Lillian here earlier, and she said that she pioneered sports terms by herself, and without her, the franchise would be nothing. What do you have to say about this?
She said she pioneered it. No? Question mark? Nah, she really didn't do much. She maybe had a few good ideas here or there. I think the one good idea, that wasn't even her idea, it was an accident, was when she ripped her pants. That was it, bro. Besides that, I was writing these scripts. I was doing everything. I was being a good director. I was being a good script writer. I was being a good editor. I was being a good producer. I was being good everything. The only other person that did something good was my boy Lance. Shout out to Lance, bro. But Lily, she sucked.
Hi, so Lily and Cam aren't here, and I just had to get this out so there's no, like, just so you guys know what's really going on. So, ever since the beginning of sports terms, Cam and Lily fighting non-stop. Like what you see on camera where they're all buddy-buddy, fake. There's beef there, major beef. And quite frankly, they're both idiots. Like, none of them came up with sports terms. It was me, and I'm just behind the camera, get no credit. They steal it all. I hate to say it, but I think sports terms, it's coming to an end.
What are you doing?
Nothing.
Yearbooks will be handed out during advisory Monday, May 23rd and Tuesday, May 24th. Please make sure all student fees have been paid before those dates, or you will not be allowed to receive a yearbook.
If you have not had a chance to purchase a yearbook, there is a small handful of yearbooks still available to purchase. Please see the front office to have your name added to the wait list. It is first come, first served for the reminder of available yearbooks.
Zoology had the opportunity to visit the aquarium last week. Check out the highlights. Lagoon Day is Wednesday, May 25th. Students need to purchase tickets online through the link that the school sent to your parents.
Tickets are $47, and if you want to ride the bus, that's an extra $5 that you can pay in the front office.
Okay, let's send it over to sports.
Welcome to sports! Hey guys, we want to congratulate spring sports on their great season. Baseball and softball both play on Saturday. We will have more information on their next games posted on our Instagram page.
We want to give a special shout out to Charlize Matsuda, who took state earlier this year. Basecamp has this exclusive story about her.
I started wrestling in like 4th grade, and I would get these questions a lot, or sometimes I would just think about the question. what made me start wrestling, and then I realized I actually don't really know. I used to play soccer, and I did nothing in the winter. My dad called it from downstairs. He's like, "Hey, Charlize, do you want to try something new? Do you want to try wrestling?" And I didn't know how hardcore it was until I got there. First year I got there, I was like, this is a lot harder than I thought. So
Charlize became interested in wrestling when she was younger. She played with a boys team that was near us. She didn't really get really interested in it until recently. We found out last year that girls wrestling became a sanctioned sport here in Utah, and she thought, I can do that. She is really, really tough. She works hard. Many people don't know this, but she goes to practice here, and then when she's done with that practice, 2 days a week, she goes and practices at Copper Hills and practices with another team there. And then she comes home and she works out and she's lifting weights and she's running 3 miles on the treadmill. And she's doing this day after day to prepare her body and prepare her mind. This is her first year doing wrestling, and she's the only girl on the team, which is daunting for many. I mean, it's a traditional boy sport, and usually in high school you want to be able to play with people who are your friends and you get close to, and so being the only girl can be tough.
my relationship with the boys have been very good. They've always been super respectful, they've always been super nice to me, and I feel like they really treat me as an equal. If you hear your team chanting your name, it just gets you hyped up, gets you going. But yeah, for the most part, it's mostly an individual sport. Like, if you lose, it's all on you. But if you win, it's all on you. It's your win.
Yeah, I'm technically her coach because for Summit, there really is only one girl. And while Coach Wagner's great and he can come to the tournaments that he can, most of the time he has to attend the tournaments with the boys, which are at the same time. And so because of that, I'm her coach. I don't know anything about wrestling, though. That's the challenge. But I am a really good cheerleader. I'm a good videographer, and I have helped get her signed up for these different tournaments. And with the help of other coaches that we meet at the tournament, as well as Coach Wagner, we'll send him videos, and he'll give us tips of what to do and what not to do. We've made it work, and it's been really fun so far.
It's mostly hard being the girl wrestler when I'm going to other girl tournaments because I don't have anyone like on my team to really like support me except for like my family who comes and my coaches who sometimes come. But like when I'm going to tournaments or duels with the boys, it feels like a team and I don't feel alone. I'd say the conditioning is definitely hard, like because you have to condition like so much, get your body like in shape, and then when you're wrestling you're still out of breath. Like, but the point is to be better and more in shape than your opponent. And another hard thing about wrestling is, just wrestling, because you're just fighting and for up to 6 minutes and you're just giving it your all. Mentality is a huge part of wrestling because if you go, for example, if you go into a match not thinking you're gonna win, you're probably not gonna win because you don't have that confidence and you're not thinking about what you're doing. And if you think about what you're gonna do and you have confidence and you're aggressive, then it's just gonna go a lot better. Sometimes it's hard to stay motivated, especially when I'm getting pinned, because it's really uncomfortable when I'm getting pinned, and sometimes my mind has a little voice that says if you just give up right now then you don't have to be here. But I try to like shove that voice away. So actually my first year ever wrestling was in 4th grade, and I was going against only boys, all boys. I sucked. I'm just being honest, I sucked. I lost every single match of that year, and my dad's number one rule is like, you can do whatever sport you want to, I'm not gonna push you to do anything, but if you start something, you have to finish it. So he would not let me quit, and I would not quit. So I would go to every tournament, every weekend, and I would just lose. But then the next week, maybe I would not lose by a pin and lose by points, but I would still lose. But in the last match of my first season, almost the very last match, I pinned a kid, and that was the first time I ever felt a win from wrestling, and it felt so good. I'm like, you know what, I'll do this sport again. Even after all those losses, just that win at the end, I was like, that felt good, I want to do that again, I want to feel that again.
girls wrestling has a lot of benefits, I think. I mean, it's really empowering when you think about it. Anything that the boys can do, girls can do too. And it's so great that Utah now has wrestling as a sanctioned sport for girls, and they can wrestle each other in their same weight classes. And it's strong and it's exciting, and she really enjoys it. So I'm glad that she's able to do something that she really enjoys.
I am interested in it, and we're researching it, trying to look for colleges and seeing what's available. I definitely think it's worth it. Even though wrestling is a hard sport, it's good in the end because you feel like I just did something hard. I worked for something and I just did something hard, and I feel good after it. I think what motivates me is that I always want to be better.
Now back to the studio.
Thanks for joining us for this episode of BearCast. As always, go Bears!